Now, let me give you a story. As a young boy, the Jamaican Rasta man, nobody didn't like them because it was dirty and filthy. And there was a place they called Ward. And I always go there when I run away from my father. And I would buy fried fish and watch the rastaman smoke ganja and read all sort of books. The Maccabee, the Black Heart book, the Seven Seal of Solomon. They would have all these books and they're reading them in the Ward. And they plant ganja. And the ganja that they were planting, they were smoking and selling. Because I started to smoke ganja myself. And I was not afraid to go to Ward. I think now they call it Tiffany Garden. And these Rastamen will build their house from waste material, whole zinc, broken wood, cardboard, thing that came from the ship. And they were comfortable. But some of them will go out at night and steal. The police did not like them. The police will beat them real bad. Sometimes I sorry for them myself. I had a dread, but it was not dread like theirs. And now it came to the point that Canada wanted to buy marijuana from Jamaica because they have a good strain of marijuana. And those Rastamen that's still alive are not going to get any opportunity to sell that marijuana to the Canadian government. And most of the marijuana farmers in Jamaica, they're white people. I'm talking the big farmers. They're white men or white women. So the black Jamaican are not going to get opportunity to sell this marijuana to the Canadian government. And they're going on unconcerned, like they do not know what is taking place. They need to rise up against the government pertaining to the marijuana that Canadian government want to purchase. That they need to have a right in that saying. Well, guess what? They do not know how to go about it. So it's going to be controlled by the rich Jamaican white man or the rich Jamaican black man. But marijuana, Rastaman farming. In my village, the only people planted marijuana was the Rastaman. And 1 and 2 farmers that plant yam or potatoes, they were planting into the yam plantation, so nobody could not see them. Or they plant them into the peas that they call gungu peas. So you could not distinguish the marijuana from the gungu. And they will harvest it, and when Christmas comes, they will sell it to the parties, because in Christmas we make a lot of parties all over the place. And the marijuana man will carry his ganja and sell it. But you see what's taking place? They not going to be in position, those that is alive, Because most of them die out. And most of them, the government beat them. The policemen beat them a lot. So they died. So the young one that came up now, they're not real Rastas. Because they're timing braid into the dread that they had. And they are marrying white women. When I was growing up, listen carefully. Rasta doesn't deal with white women. Rasta doesn't deal with white men. I'm talking in the 50s. And in the 40s, late 40s. Rasta don't deal with white men. And all of a sudden, Rasta man is dealing with white men and white women. They're also marrying them. So you see the point of what I'm trying to make? Things change. They're going to Europe, Amsterdam, and they're trying to marry these ganja white women. And they think everything is okay. They're carrying them to the island. And they get rid, and they now have possession of their property because some of them died. So the black Rasta men now don't want to marry black women. But when I was growing up, all the Rasta men and the women was dread. All dread. Most of them live in back of wall. We call them shanty town. But things change and everybody want to marry white women now. Rasta men want to marry white women. Rasta women want to marry white man. And the white men is saying they're dread. How could they be dread? They can't be dread. It's impossible. They don't have wool. Listen, people, you have to stop fooling yourself. These white men that is napping up their hair and think they have dreadlocks, they don't. You only can have wool. You only can have dread from wool. And the wool tangle itself. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just go around and see all these white men that call themselves Rasta and dreadlocks. Fooling your mind again, fooling your mind. So where do we stand? Black men, where do you stand? Are you standing on the side of the white man? Are you standing on the side of the black man? Those that is not dreadlocks. Where are you standing? Because you know the dreadlocks men, he speak about Selassie. And Selassie was not a dread of himself. When Selassie came to Jamaica, I stand 3 feet away from Emperor Selassie into the stadium. 2 feet away, where they make the border that you cannot cross over. I lean on the border. And Selassie was sitting right there. And I look at him all for the past 2 hours. And I never see any mystical power into that man. He's got his little khaki clothes on with his little rod. And I never see any mystical power. Because I can discern. I can look and know when something is wrong. Never seen that power. And when people are going around and talking about Selassie, they don't really have the full knowledge. the man mixed up the mystical order, or his father mixed up the mystical order. One part of him is Italian, and one part of him is the woolly man. So he's not a true, fully woolly man. His father break the line of Judah. So he's not a true Judah. He's not the true tribe of Judah. But by people cannot understand, they say Judah. And they forget that there is no J in Africa in that sensation of time. So you cannot use the J, you have to use the Y. Judah. But when you cannot understand things, it's hard. Trust me, it is hard when people cannot understand. A lot of people is understanding, so they can't understand. They stop, like a band-aid. And that's all I'm saying, black man. We have to wake up. Wake up, wake up. Peace. I'm out of here.